I left off Supercross season on a good note. All I can do is just build on from there. And the expectations, I definitely have a lot of expectations for myself on personal goals, and I feel that I've done a lot of work. Just really go racing and have fun and enjoy what happens.
You would have never finished this way last year. Take the bull by the horn.
I've always wanted to train with Alden, and I always kind of have really good relationships with all the riders that are here now. So for me, the change didn't feel like it was a crazy change. I just felt like it was just one of the things that I just wanted to check off my bucket list, and finally to get the opportunity, it's been going well. And we've had a really, really good off season. So we're a few weeks out from the season opener, and I'm excited. To be back Anaheim like the original self, it's definitely a lot of hype around, and it's obviously nerve-wracking. It's like one of those races that it's like you're so rattled up and nerves. I feel like you're not really your true self because there's so much pressure and stuff going. And the guy that whoever eliminates all the pressure and just goes out there and have fun is usually the guy that actually does well. But for me, I feel that I'm not going in with a lot of pressure. I feel like there's not a lot of expectations. The only pressure I can put on is myself, so I'm just gonna go out there and have fun and do what I do best, and that's just race dirt bike. So, hey, that's what it's all about.
I know there's a lot of information everybody's giving you. You see how much further ahead Rick is from you? So think if you both start at the exact same time and take off, who's going to be in front? Like that, I know you're uncomfortable being that close because you're afraid of flinching against the gate, but it's like I told you the other day, like, you only watch your gate.
A1, I felt like Malcolm in the main did not produce what he's capable of. I mean, yeah, the starts, connecting with obviously Marvin, all of that stuff didn't help the setup, so it made for a really, really tough initial race. Going to the week now, I'm just covering our bases, nothing major, a couple of tweaks here, and then really focusing on starts, as I said, so that we can hopefully put ourselves and Malcolm be in a better position at this next race.
Yeah. What happened there? I went to go pull the clutch in and never engaged. Clarify that to everybody. I'm not nervous. There's nothing, when I throw my leg on a motorcycle, I believe that I'm the best there is and there is nobody better than me, and I know I done it. That's the goddamn truth. That's how I believe, because I never had an hiccup. No, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm trying to carry that in the race, and I'm racing fine. It's just, you're at the gate, your expectation is to win. That's no ifs, buts about it. And you're not gonna accept anything less than that. What if I get 5th or 7th or whatever? You know, I should be upset, because if you didn't hit that box, you're not popping that champagne, you should be a little upset, because that just means you care. I know for a fact I'm way better than a 5th place.
No. Or 2 inside? 2 single inside, but where do you do after that? Because when you go roll 2,
3 out, 3 single.
3 out.
3 single. 2, 3.
So everybody's going to be 3 into the left, right?
Yeah.
If you need to make an aggressive pass, you can 3 that way and then slam on the brakes and just stop them right at the beginning of the single. So maybe 1 lap or 2 laps in practice, roll and double and just see what that rhythm is, you know?
When I walk the track, I'm like, man, these whoops look big, you know? I'm like, dang. But, you know, but then I'm like, this is gonna be a hot spot for me. So everybody's kind of like looking in the woods like, dang, they look big. And I'd be like, yeah, they look big. But I'm like, it's my passing line. So I don't know, I just have fun, man. So far, the day is going well. So I feel like San Diego's treating us well. It's all about just, you know, executing every practice, try to limit the mistakes. And I feel like tonight's gonna be one of those nights where it's all about the start and whoever can make the least amount of mistakes. So, but that's what racing's all about, but I'm excited. Dude, that arm won't even release. Oh.
You breathing?
Yeah, dude, honestly, I felt, that's like, breathing wise, I felt amazing. Like, legitimate. I was like, oh, I got those dudes. And my arm was tight halfway, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, okay, whatever. Pushed through it. And it just got to a point where I went to go try to reach for the clutch to slip for the finish line, and I could not let go of the handlebar.
Your hands, they're locked on.
They were
like
locked
that.
on the handlebar. Yeah. I could not, like, put in that situation and having to ride through that and still be in the race still. Yeah. Like, that's good. I'll take that, because that's what racing. That's a race.
It's all right. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward.
Yeah, dude.
Working with Malcolm, what's the thing that stands out most to you?
I mean, I think that's pretty easy as a Stewart.
I've always wanted to be a professional motocross racer, but I never thought I would get to this point, you know, because you're a kid, you're like, man, I want to be one of them, but there's so many steps in life that you have to take to get to this point. So, of course, watching my brother being successful over the years, I didn't think I was like gonna be successful. Like, you know, I was just like, I'm not sure. And sure enough, next thing you know, here I am. It's like a feeling you can't explain. It's like an actual dream that actually came true. And man, I'm one of the guys that fans look up to, you know? So I think that's like one of the coolest things for me. The goal is, you know, win a championship. Every year you shoot for it, but I can't sit here and say it ain't doable because everything's been such a toss-up now. And I feel like the way the season has already started off, it's going to be who's the most consistent. And no matter if it's on the box, top 5, everybody's going to have a bad race. There's always going to be a throwaway race. So if we can manage to make sure that we stay in it all the way through, we'll be in the dogfight at the end. I feel like the #1 thing that any athlete that you always got to remember is, why are you doing this? And it's not because of the money, it's because when you're a little kid and you played in the sandbox and you watch somebody on TV, it was fun. And that's honestly one of the biggest things that I feel like some athletes deal with in their lifetime, is because you have to remind yourself, in the times are good or times are bad, you got to realize that you're doing this because it's fun, not because it pays the bills. And once you got to separate that, and I feel like no matter what I've done, no matter what I do, good, bad, whatever, it's always fun to me. And I feel like the way I think about things has changed the way how I race and how I look at life.
Nervous on that one? Thanks. It was a good day today. That's my best result so far in the 450 class, so it's cool, man. It's finally one of those situations where you're dreaming. You're like, oh, thank gosh, like I finally got, you know, something. So I feel good, and let's keep the ball rolling. Let's just keep this thing rolling, ready to go to A3, and hey, we're here to race, baby. I'm gonna say it again. We're still in a dogfight.